myself, I have several small business clients from Jackson Hole. It was really great that I was able to take all the accounting classes I needed in order to finish my 2-year degree at Central Wyoming College, which helped me land a staff accounting position at a publicly traded company that was located here. And then when that company ended up moving their finance department to New York, I was able to procure my own clients and go out on my own. So it was really nice that I was able to stay here and study as opposed to having to leave. And then all the other classes I was able to take online and finish up my 2-year degree with CWC. And all those classes transferred to the University of Wyoming system, so finishing up my 4-year degree as well.
My name is Jana Favela. I'm originally from Northern Michigan. I am a first-generation college student, and I'm also a non-traditional student. I decided to come back to school when I was, I believe I was 29 when I decided to come back to school, and it was very intimidating, but I was at a point in my life where I needed to do something different, and I had just had my first child. She was only a year old when I came back to school, and we had moved to Riverton at the time, and I came by and checked out the school and decided it was time for me to start.
My name is Brittany Christofferson. I grew up here in Riverton, Wyoming. I attended CWC for 2 years, and I graduated in May of 2009. I got 2 degrees from here. I got an associate's degree in general studies as well as an associate's degree in biology. From there I went to Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah, and I got a bachelor's degree in exercise science.
I'm Tyler Graham, and I graduated from Central Wyoming College with an associate's of biological science degree.
My name is Sarah Cisneros. I'm originally from Mesa, Arizona. I attended Central Wyoming College from 2013 to 2015 and received my associate's degree in biological sciences and pre-health.
Hey, my name is Kaylin Schilling. I'm originally from Montana. I moved to Riverton when I was in grade school, and I've lived here for the last 15 years. I graduated from Riverton High School in 2008, and I tried going to college afterwards, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I've been going to school on and off for the last 8 years. I decided to officially come back to school in 2014. I was working full-time at the time, so I was taking night classes, and I ended up quitting my job in 2015 to finish my associate's degree in biology.
Oh, I'm Adam Connor. Where I'm from is up in the blue. I've moved 29 times, so I'm gonna say I'm from Virginia.
When did you come to Riverton?
My grandfather died, and my grandma is a lot older, and she can't really take care of the property. So I moved out here to take care of her, and CWC was in the same town, and it was inexpensive, and it's a good school, and so I decided to take my first 2 years at community college.
My name is Joy Watkins. I am majoring in biology, and I am a non-traditional student. I came to CWC because I have a strong passion for science, and before I found my way here, I have two young children, and we love to garden, and while gardening, we've become a lot closer with science and wanting to know more about it, and I just found that I wanted to learn as much as I could about biology and about how everything works, from cells to animals to plants to just everything I could.
InBray wasn't something I was expecting to do. I didn't really know much about it when I started school. I had started taking some lower level biology classes, and I was invited on to join the group. It was so much fun to be able to use some of the knowledge I've learned in classroom time and actually use it in some hands-on experiments and things like that. We do hands-on experiments in the classroom to complement our textbook learning, but this was something different. This was not as guided and not always getting the results we're expecting to get, so it was fun, and there was a lot of problem solving involved, and it was just really nice. It wasn't always just about biology. Sometimes I had to pull some chemistry or physics in that I've learned, and really being able to use the full scope of the knowledge that I gained at CWC.
I didn't know what I wanted to do. I started out taking general classes. I really had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to take biology because I liked it in high school, so I took your biology class. And I remember you had announced it to our class that you were interviewing for positions to be a part of this research lab, and I kind of thought it sounded like a good idea, but I wasn't really into science at that time. I didn't really know that it's something I wanted to do. But then you approached me and asked me to apply, so I ended up doing it, and that's kind of how it started. And from there, then I decided I loved science, and kind of led me to my career now.
Very few students are offered this position, and I needed to approach Steve because I did a science fair project in high school, and he was like, you have the basic knowledge for West Nile virus, now let's take a step forward and actually apply this knowledge to Fremont County and the issue that we've been having here with West Nile virus. So I think it is a very unique opportunity for me to do this research and then to teach other students that want to get involved with the research here.
I joined InBray because my friend Jonathan, we were on a snowboarding trip, and he was like, hey, when I went to CWC, I was in InBray with Steve, and it was a great time, and Steve helped me get into UW and into swim labs there, and he's super helpful, and I was like, okay, I'll go check it out. So I checked out the InBray lab, and turns out that it was all girls. There wasn't a single guy, and so I went and talked to Steve and said, I would love to join your exclusive group, Steve. this sounds pretty cool. And so I joined Embry.
While I was attending here, I noticed ones helping in the lab, and it was amazing. I wanted to do what they did. I wanted to do what the lab assistants did. I was very happy to be able to have that opportunity, and then also to be involved with Embry. We do so much with helping other students, and with just with learning ourselves and developing and honing in on our skills.
So I got involved with Embry while attending Central. I was taking Steve McAllister's biology class, and he asked me and a few other students to come in on Saturday and see if we were interested in doing some research. At the time, they were working on West Nile virus research in Fremont County. They were testing mosquitoes and also testing some human samples that they had collected at a health fair, and researching the incidence of West Nile virus in the county. I really enjoyed the work. I really liked working in the lab, and I immediately knew that it was really an opportunity of a lifetime to get involved, and so I did so with gusto.
So I was part of like the very first group, I think, one of the first years, and we helped kind of get the lab set up. We did kind of the grant writing and stuff at the beginning, and then we did a lot of research at the hot springs in Thermopolis, studying the bacteria and things that grow in there.
I did a couple different research projects when I worked in Embry. One was studying West Nile virus in Fremont County. We would go out and use special traps to capture mosquitoes, and then we would bring the mosquitoes back to the lab and prepare them for testing, looking for West Nile virus specifically. And we collected mosquitoes from all over the county, and we did get some positive hits on West Nile, and so it is here in Fremont County.
We were collaborating with the University of Wyoming, and we were working with capsaicin, the hot oil found in peppers, and that was really fun for our lab. We got to do a lot of trips down there, got to go out to eat a lot, and also do some very hard work. But learning about the pathways of how the capsaicin, where it takes place, and the TRPV1 pathway, and all these proteins involved.
When I first got on, I learned how to do DNA extraction, and then we began a project collaborating with the University of Wyoming with capsaicin, and through that I've learned how to do Western blotting and ELISAs.
That I didn't really know that I wanted to do this, but the opportunity presented itself and I took it, and I'm really glad I did. I kind of had to come out of my comfort zone a little bit, but for me it was a really great learning and growing experience, and it really set me on a path that it helped me find my path. It helped me find my path, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and it helped me discover something I really loved.
So Embry helped my career, I would say, in two main ways. The first way was introducing me to research. Before I started working in the lab, I had a plan to go to medical school, which I think is a common plan for a lot of students who like science and want to do a career in science. I think the default path would be medical school, but once I got into research, I realized that's what I wanted to do. I don't want to work with patients. I want to be on, the cutting edge of science, the border of what's known and unknown. That was very, very exciting to me. The second way that INBRE has helped my career is by the financial support. I was able to receive the transition scholarship to transition from CWC to UW, and as a single mother, that was, I wouldn't have been able to do it without that financial support. So INBRE was definitely the door opening for me to have a career in research.
Definitely having the experience of doing college level research helped me. I know it helped me get into graduate school. It was something that was really good to put on my applications. It came up in my interviews for school. Gave me experience in the research field and kind of working more hands-on with science, and kind of gave me inspiration to further my education in a science field.
I then transferred to University of Wyoming and received my bachelor's in molecular biology. I am about to start a PhD program in molecular and cellular life sciences at University of Wyoming this fall.
I'm currently practicing as a physician assistant at Cedars Health, which is a small clinic here in Riverton, and I practice family medicine and urgent care.
I currently am going to dual major in microbiology and molecular biology at University of Wyoming. I have been awarded the INBRE Transfer Fellowship for the next 2 years, and that will allow me to do research in some of the labs down in University of Wyoming. I haven't been assigned a lab yet, but I'm very excited to do some rotations and see what kind of research they're doing down there right now.
Last spring, the spring of 2016, I graduated CWC with an associate's in biology. I plan on staying here another year I'm going to take some online classes and take some lower level classes that I haven't finished that apply to my bachelorette. I decided to stay here, one, because it's more affordable, and two, because I have a newborn daughter, and through staying in Riverton, I'm able to spend more time with my children and still get a good quality education.
I will graduate from the University of Wyoming with a bachelor's in physiology. I was recently accepted to the University of Nebraska Medical Center College of Dentistry. I will be attending there in the fall of 2016 and will graduate there in May of 2020. CWC has definitely helped me get to this point because not only has it helped me with my research skills, but it built the foundation for what I needed to get to the university.
Tacos! It's tacos. It's tacos, I think. We have tacos on a regular basis. We love Taco Bell. Yes?
Ice cream.
For sure.
Okay.
We have to have ice cream.
So,
Cake.
I'm pretty sure that is tacos, Steve. They have Taco Bell like every single day in here. And I don't understand how their bowels can take it, but
I know what the favorite lab food is. Favorite lab food is coffee from Mitchell's Coffee Shop. It's the best coffee ever.
I'm Amy Chittister, and I am a first-year student here at CWC, and I'm majoring in athletic training and secondary education. Well, right now I have Tara Womack for anatomy, and she's fantastic. She's very good at explaining everything that we're learning in anatomy parts of bones, muscles, tissues, stuff like that. We actually have our first exam coming up, so I've done a lot of studying for that. In our classes, most of my classes have labs, and in those labs we get to work with technology that a lot of other places don't. Like in anatomy, we'll get to work with cadavers, which you don't find at a community college, and you don't even find that at most universities. So it's a really unique experience. CWC is great. Everyone you work with is fantastic. I love the administration, people, they're great to work with, and everybody's just super friendly.
My name's Bob, and I'm studying automotive power sports.
My name is Morgan Beard, and I'm majoring in power sports at CWC.
I knew who Dudley was prior to coming here, and I knew once I found out Dudley was the instructor, that was a major decision in where I was going to go. Just because I knew what knowledge he had and experience, and that's one of the major reasons that I chose this program, was because of Dudley.
Is you got a feeler gauge out there. We can take a measurement if you want to with your feeler gauge between the edge of the rod and the edge of the web down in here.
Dudley's a great teacher. He's very experienced. He knows what he's doing, knows what he's talking about. So yeah, it's good to learn from somebody that knows what they're doing.
As far as I know, this is the only community college in the state that offers power sports as a program choice. And the folks that were here are both looking to open their own shops and that kind of stuff and get the training they need to be able to service power sports vehicles.
My name is Jana Favela, and I'm studying biology at CWC. I love that it's a small campus. I love that my professors know my name. The Embry program is really great. You get really hands-on experience. You get involved in this network of other research students, and it's just really interesting to be able to see all the work other people are doing, and it's really inspiring.
In high school, I took a broadcast journalism class, and that's when I fell in love with TV and everything about it. And so I want to be like a reporter, maybe a director or producer someday. And so I was looking at journalism schools in high school, and CWC, even though it's just a 2-year school, really stood out to me because of all the opportunities that we have. CWC has incredible equipment and professors. We have the opportunity also to go to have an internship with Wyoming PBS, and so I've already worked pledge drives alongside professionals that airs to the state of Wyoming. I've traveled to Cheyenne and interviewed senators and representatives. I have filmed all the volleyball and basketball games. I can take the $30,000 cameras out and go do stories. I also have the opportunity to, as a television student, to study other programs like communication and film and radio, and I've already had my own radio show. I can use like the red camera and help the film students. I can help them make their own films. We have a film festival. Like, even though it's a 2-year school, CWC is mind-blowing. It really has state-of-the-art equipment and professors, so it was an easy choice to come here.
I'm Colton Hill, and I'm the captain of the CWC rodeo team.
I'm Piper Nalen, and I'm the women's team captain of the CWC rodeo team.
Andrew Schrock, and I'm the rodeo coach at Central Wyoming College.
I chose CWC just simply for the fact about how much you get to practice. You get a lot of practice and a lot of good practice cattle.
I really enjoy the program. We get to rodeo all year round, practice all year round, and the coaching staff is great. Drew Schrock and Shaylee Hentz.
I guess as a pretty new coach, like, I'm still learning as well, but to teach them work ethic and teach them that good attitudes do pay off. And that's probably the biggest thing that I feel like if I can teach them that, then they'll be successful in the arena and in life.
I'm Piper Nalen from Crowheart, Wyoming. I breakaway rope and I goat tie. This is my 3rd year, and I was here for a semester my freshman year as well. And I really enjoy the program. We get to rodeo all year round, practice all year round, and the coaching staff is great. Drew Schrock and Shaylee Hentz.
I'm Colton Hill, and I'm from Blackfoot, Idaho. I steer wrestling team rope. I chose CWC just simply for the fact about how much you get to practice. You get a lot of practice and a a lot of good practice cattle. So. The rodeo team here at CWC is pretty awesome. It's one of the few where you get to practice year-round. Not very many colleges throughout the state provide cattle and the facilities to practice year-round. And being a team captain, I guess, is just kind of a perk of it.